Oh my God. Hang on a second. So, once again, coming to you live on tape from a secret, undisclosed location, hidden somewhere deep in the bowels of downtown St. John's, Newfoundland, comes in the Library of Graphic Literature with your clean-shaven host, me, Wallace Roy. I'm usually more of a razor kind of guy, but it's one of the things my late brother left me, so couldn't resist using it. Couldn't throw it out. Funny enough, when I first started shaving as a kid, I used one of these things. Anyway, so how's everyone doing there this fine evening? Sorry for the lateness, but it's been one heck of a long holiday. As many of you know, my good buddy Jason Conway, the chief and president of Downtown Comics, passed away, and it's just been a crazy few weeks with everything from dealing with that and taking over the shop and keeping it going, and helping his wonderful daughter Carrie take over. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but I haven't forgotten about you folks. I haven't forgotten what really matters there, besides comics. It's you people. Anyway, so I got a few books here this evening. Sorry that it took so long to get down to, but that's life in the big city. Any of the big comic book news? Not that I can think of. Oh yeah, my good pal Paul Tucker has a book coming out soon from Vault called Hollow Heart. So everyone out there, order up a copy and read it. It's written by his friend Paul Allor, who he'd worked with on Tet, and of course Paul does some real, great art. He's worth seeing. He's a very good storyteller. Highly recommend it, and a really nice guy too. Anyway, and had a good Christmas, of course. Spent it with the family. Hi to Leslie and Chris and Sophie and Cole. Wonderful to have people like that. That's what life's all about, I guess. It's just wonderful people. Anyway, I guess it's time for me to actually get down and get to work here with you folks, isn't it? Okay, well, let's put the mother box over there. Let's have a sip of tea. Lovely, tell your mother. Okay. Well, actually, I don't need the razor blade here for my first 3 books. I have a trio of books from PS Artbooks. Those fine folks with their cool horror comics. So we'll start off here with amazing ghost stories. They're not just ghost stories. They're amazing ghost stories. In this volume, we have a few people. We have I got a little bit of a tear on that. Okay. We have Matt Baker, Frank Garcoa, Bob Powell, Carmine Infantino, and Art Petty. So yeah, and these are from 54 to 55, issues 13 to 16. And it's amazing. Like I say, amazing ghost stories. It's like, come on, they're either ghost stories or what about super cool ghost stories? Anyway, get down to it. I love PS Artbooks because they, well, like I say, they include the ads, everything in them, which really, it feels like they've just bound a bunch of the comics right into hardcover collections for us. And yeah, so it is pretty cool. But yeah, love them. Love these old time 1950s lurid comics. Let's have a look. We'll take a quick look through. Oh, now there's some. But yeah, you get to see some of the early creators. I love these old time ads. Come on, check that out. But yeah, really different type of stories. Some of them kind of hokey, but hey, it was the 50s, right? Yeah, a lot of parallels between the 50s and now. A lot of hysteria about commies and someone acting like Senator McCarthy, you know. But yeah, definitely worth picking up. So yes, amazing ghost stories. Remember, not just normal ghost stories. Okay, one down, a few more to go here. You see, I'm in my bathrobe, of course, because I'm thinking about taking a bath after I'm finished here. It's been a long day too. I like to relax in my robe. And what do we have here? We have The Beyond. I love the titles of comics from back then. They're really cool. That monster, he's trying to kill me. Help, help. I can't hold on much longer. Ah. Anyway, this has Ace Baker, Lynn Streer, Lou Cameron, Jim McLaughlin, and even Gene Colan. So dig that, eh? Once again, cool thing about these is the ads being left in them. Hang on a sec. Had a backward burp there. Had a bit of pizza earlier, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, very, very cool. So yeah, pick up some of these, check them out and see what you think. They're a good bit of fun, you know. Now that looks like the Gene Colan there. Funny enough. Sometimes you can pick out, artists just by a certain angle on a face. Oh, look at this. Lieutenant Colonel Reginald Mars, Medal of Honor. So yeah, some great ads in the back of these. It's been Army Month or so. Oh yeah, here. Good old Charles Atlas. Pretty cool, eh? Where else are you gonna see something like this? But anyway, yeah, it's worth it for the comics. Check them out. Give them a good read. And let me know what you think. Some of them are kind of strange, but like I say, I get a laugh out of them. The reason I like reading old comics, and especially old books like this, is that it gives you a bit of a window into a past era. Because I mean, you know, what went down back then, you know, a lot of people, you know, a lot of people don't know much about the 50s, stuff like that. But you know, comics are like movies, or like great literature, great art. Great art and great literature is not only a picture into the mind, is not only like a look into the mind of the artist, but it's also a look into the times in which the art was created. So in this stuff, there's, well, I mean, a lot of the 50s stuff, the flying saucers, you know, the fear of the other, right? You know, it's all there. So, and I like reading that stuff because there's, you know, even if it wasn't done on purpose, there's subcontext in all great art, and even in some of these. So, you know, it's like I think I've mentioned before, when I'd be reading, you know, some ECs and or listening to movies from the 50s or that type of thing, and they're talking about, you know, like there's certain storylines you see over and over again, like husbands and wives plotting to murder each other. So obviously divorce wasn't as fun and easily available as it is today. So, but yeah, and to me too, I prefer that they leave all, all the gore and all the terrible stuff into it, because it's like when I'd show cartoons to students and all that, and I'd say to them, some of these cartoons are very dated, but as part of the fun is just exploring the dated nature of some of this artwork, and seeing, because art shows you how people really thought in a lot of ways. So it's like history. It's history in the form of art. Da-da-da-da. Now, doesn't that sound cool? Anyway, our last one here has some work from some cool people like Doug Waldie, Harry Harrison, Everett Raymond Kinsler, and A.C. Hollingsworth. This is from 52 and 53, Beware Phantom Witch Doctor and Night of Mystery. All in one big happy volume. Once again, this is chock-block with cool ads, stuff like that. And the other thing too that I like to about, especially reading and checking out comics from the 50s, is a lot of these people are the people who influenced the artists to come. I've seen certain artists that I can see hints of Ditko in, or like with EC, I can remember first time reading some of those, and reading the work of Ghastly Graham Engels, and thinking to myself, I bet you Bernie Wrightson was a fan of his, and many others. Craig Steen, you can see how Steranko was a fan of his. So to understand the present, it's, you got to understand the past, because you might, some people might mistake certain technique in comics as being the work of one person, when in fact it isn't. It goes further back than that. So yeah, do whatever you can to explore the past. Here we go. And with this one here, Beyond, Beware Beyond, or Beware, sorry. Ooh, love the covers. Too very cool. Oh, and there's look. Anyone can learn to dance. But yeah, anyway. The Pit and the Pendulum. So yeah, some pretty cool art in this one too. Beware. Ooh, look, apes are popping. Oh, and what you can do about pimples. So yeah, everything you'd want to know about life, you'll find in a comic book. I mean, that's how I learned all about life. I know people, even reading Superman comics when I was a kid, it gave me this sense of right and wrong, and in a very simplistic form, but reading superheroes and all that, it did instill I want to do the right thing, no matter how many times I do the wrong thing. Okay, now first let's have a sip of tea here. And we're going to get into the jewel of this week. From Ablaze comes the Cimmerian Volume 1. Boom, 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 boom. I have one of these. I have it in the French form. These are stories that were done in France, because in there Robert E. Howard's work is now in the public domain. So these are some stories done by French people. Some Conan stories. Of course, they're listed as, well, I mean, the book is called the Cimmerian. It's not called Conan the Barbarian, for one, because that, I do believe it's still trademarked. And Queen of the Black Coast is adapted by Jean-David Morvan, and with art by Pierre Elary, who's a cool artist. Then Red Nails, which is really cool, Regis Auteury, and Olivia Vatine and Didier Casgrain. So yeah, looks pretty cool. Anyway, I like the art in these. It's very well. I mean, I've read these stories done by so many other artists. It's just cool to see yet another hand at them. So check this out. If you're a Conan fan, you gotta have these. This is a must. Just to have a look at how Conan is done in foreign lands. Love the cover too. And I'll just show you the opening like this. This is the opening page to this. Absolutely cool. Very different art. A lot more bloodier in some ways. Then we move along and we get into the there we go, into the second one, what is it again, the red nails, which, like I say, I really do like. I mean, Barry Windsor Smith's version of this is quite possibly my favorite, but this one's still a good neat version. I always did like this story. And then some cool extras. So yeah, check it out. From Ablaze, the Cimmerian. Dun, 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 dun. Love it. Definitely worth buying. Whew, okay. Now we're closing in on the final two for tonight. And these are from DC and Marvel. I tell you, it's been a real experience taking over the comic book store with Kerry and ordering from Diamond and dealing. Because I mean, I had my own comic book store years ago, but of course now it's completely different in terms of dealing with distributors in a lot of ways these days. So it's a fascinating experience. I'd still rather have, just to deal with one. When it comes to the comics, deal with one distributor. But hey, hopefully DC will get its stuff together and change up. Anyway, in the meantime, what do we have here this week? Marvel Cosmic Universe by Donny Cates. One of the best new scribes out there. This has collects stuff from Thanos 13 to 18, Death of the Inhumans 1 to 5, Cosmic Ghost Rider 1 to 5, Silver Surfer Black 1 to 5, and Thanos Annual number 1. So yeah, some interesting artwork here, and yeah, definitely worth picking up, because especially the Silver Surfer story, I really loved the art in that. But yeah, if there's someone else in this world besides Jim Starlin who can do some good cosmic stuff, it's this Mr. Cates man. But yeah, so run out and pick this one up, especially if you're a cosmic fan. I want some cosmic chaos. Check this out. Let's get a close-up look at some of the artwork in this. Love the cover too. I mean, come on, that rules. Here we got Thanos, of course. You can't do cosmic without a bit of Thanos. I mean, this is all really sprung from the mind of Kirby and Starlin, some of the great cosmic folks. Yeah, but yeah, like I say, check it out. It looks pretty darn cool. Yeah, definitely worth picking up. So make sure you do. and tell them I sent you. Okay, and last but not least, from DC comes Volume 2 of Super Friends Saturday Morning Comics. Dun, 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 by E. Nelson Bridwell, Ramona Fradon, and Bob Smith. And even a cool cover by Alex Todd. Okay. Get rid of that. And yeah, Ramona is still alive. I mean, she was an institution when it comes to comics. Her and Marie Severin were the only women really practicing comic book art in the 60s and 70s, and even into the 80s a bit. And you know, but nowadays there's women galore in comics, women writers, women artists, more importantly, women readers. Women are the best thing to happen to comics since Superman. Because with more women in the comics, we're getting a wider selection of subject matter. Because, you know, I know some women who do read superhero comics, but, you know, a lot of women out there, like a lot of men out there, want more than just superheroes. And they're not only wanting it, they're producing it, they're writing it, they're drawing it. So, viva la women. And a great cover by, like I say, by Alex Toth. But yeah, like I say, it's not fancy art like you're used to these days and all of that, but it's has its own special charm to it. You know, like being a Kurt Schaffenberger fan, say, for instance. But now, like I say, this was when it was written at the time too. It was written more for a younger audience and sort of a bit of a spin-off from the comics series, from the cartoons themselves. Now, I do believe that there were other artists involved in it too. Yeah, Kurt Schaffenberger was, okay. Romeo Tangel, Bob Oscar, and Joe Staton. Well, Vince Coletta, I thought I'd seen his paws in there. But Schaffenberger, I always liked Schaffenberger. He had a very distinctive look to his artwork. So yeah, just an interesting look into the world of comics way back when. Okay, people, I think that's about it for me. I'm going to have one more sip. Then I'm going to boom tube my way out of here. So I'll see you hopefully next week sometime. I got to figure out because the deliveries the past few months out here, you know, because of COVID and a lot of other factors being irregular, so the show has sort of become irregular. But I'm still trying to do it at least once a week, because I need to do it. I don't do this for the money, because I don't make money off it. I do this because I love comics. Anyway, with that, we'll see you in a week's time. Keep reading them comics, and thanks for having me over. See you in 7 days. Woo. Oh my God, oh God, it got me good. Bye.